My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today is another makeup of interest video where I talk about new and upcoming makeup releases that have caught my eye for one reason or another, and before going to buy them I ask myself a couple crucial questions. Is it for me and do I need it? The first thing on my list today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. First of all, Volume 1 implies that there will be more, so I'll be interested to see what happens there. This palette really caught my eye. I love the purples, I love the kinds of blues in there. I actually think it kind of looks nice with the yellowy tones. Really though, it's mostly the purpley pinky shades that are drawing me in, and of course the couple blues. But first of all, when I looked at the price of this thing, even though it's not expensive for ABH, if you consider the number of shadows you get in other palettes and those prices, this is way too much money for this. For me anyway. Also, they're calling it a Pro Pigment palette. That makes me nervous because I can't seem to make pressed pigments work the way I want them to. So if this isn't regular eyeshadow, I have a feeling this is not going to be for me. Color-wise, it's somewhat for me. Formula-wise, I'm thinking it may not be for me. I definitely don't need it. I have colors like this. But that being said, I would definitely want to see it and swatch it in store just to see and feel what it actually looks and feels like. Next are the Benefit highlighters in Cookie and Tickle. The Cookie one is I mean, that's not really a shade for me, both complexion-wise and preference-wise. I really like the Tickle one, but it's too dark for me. I mean, I could use it as a blush or an eyeshadow, but I really don't need anything else. Next is the Besame Sleeping Beauty collection. First off, I think the packaging is really fantastic. I think Sleeping Beauty fans will really appreciate that bedazzled storybook that is accurate to the film. It definitely caught my eye because of the lime green, the blues, the purples, but everything in this eyeshadow palette is matte, and we all know I don't like that I am definitely heavy on the shimmer when I do my looks. It's not really for me. I definitely don't need it. Kind of a lot of money. Also, just for the heck of it, I think the blush palette is really clever. It seems to have a deeper pink, a lighter pink, a deeper highlight, and a lighter highlight. Not for me, don't need it, but I appreciate it. And I also just want to say the lipstick in Make It Blue, Make It Pink is really clever. If anyone has, of course, seen the movie. Also, just a side note, I apologize for the construction going on outside. They've been working on this house forever, so I don't know why they're not done yet so I can film my video properly. Next is the BH Cosmetics Take Me to, I don't know how to say this, Ibiza shadow palette. I'm so sorry, I butcher everything. Anyway, I think this is a really pretty palette. I think it has a great color selection. Of course, I really like the blues and the greens, pinks, a couple peaches. Is it for me? I mean, it could be, but do I need it? Absolutely not. I have colors like this. Next is the Colourpop Big Ol' Peach collection. I just feel like this is kind of close to the orange collection. I mean, I know they're not the same color, but I don't know, I feel like they've been releasing a lot of things lately that are kind of close to one another, both in colors and in time frame. But anyway, I know I say all the time that I love peach eyeshadow, and I do, but this palette, I almost bought it, okay? I almost bought it, but I really thought about it because I feel like some of the shades in there are too muted. I really want peach, and I do have so many peach shadows already. Yes, I'm always searching for more, but I really don't need to do that. So is it for me? Kind of. Do I need it? Not really. But spoiler alert, as much as I'm saying all this, I did buy one of the new Super Shock shadows. I bought the one called 6 a.m. and it's kind of a little bit of a deeper peach. So there will be a whole video coming up soon. But I don't know, this I figured was okay to do. I wanted another peach Super Shock shadow because the ones that I have I'm generally not as thrilled with. So in that sense I am still searching for like peach eyeshadows. They've gone up in price though. Super Shock shadows are now $6 each. Next is the IBY Beauty Enlighten palette. The first 2 rows of this palette bore me. No shade to IBY, of course, it's just not for me. We all know that I'm not a neutral person. I like the last 2 rows better. I'm looking at the green, I'm looking at the blue, I'm looking at the purple. I like that there's a matte green and a shimmer green. I like that there's matte purple and shimmer purple. It looks like the 2 blues are just mattes, which you know I don't like. I really don't need this palette. I have to say it looks very light, which might work for someone like me who is very light, but I don't know how that would work for the majority of the population, unless that's the idea, for it to be like a really pastel palette. Anyway, not for me, don't need it. Next is the Me, Myself, and I still don't know how to say this guy's name. Mmmmitchell? Like Chia? Don't come for me. Pressed Pigment palette. Oh wow, it's out of stock already. This one caught my eye basically for the right side of the palette. We all know I don't care too much about the left side, where the reds, neutrals, and warmer tones are. That's already a reason why I should not buy this palette, because I'm only into half of it. And even the half that I like, I mean, of course I like that lime green, I like the blues, I like the purples. That row of purples is actually really nice. But it is mostly mattes in this palette. Again, I don't care for that. I like to have more shimmers. The blues are all mattes. There are still some neutrals over there. And once again, this is something that they're calling a pressed pigment palette. And like I said, my name is Jessica. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I need regular eyeshadows, not pressed pigments. Not for me, don't need it. Next are the Nomad Cosmetics Intense Eyeshadow Palettes in Lake Como and Tuscany. Just for the record, we all know that I'm not interested in the Tuscany palette, right? I'm just putting it out there that it's available, but what caught my eye is of course the Lake Como palette. I think it's a nice mix of like some neutrals, blues, and greens. At least there is one blue shimmer in there, but I have these colors. It's not really for me, and I don't need it. Next is the Pat McGrath Mothership 6 Midnight Sun palette. Just for the record, we all know I'm not buying this palette, right? I don't have that kind of money, but it caught my eye, so it's here. And why did it catch my eye? Basically for the purple, green, and orange. Maybe the gold. The thing is, Pat McGrath has very shimmery, sparkly eyeshadows, which those always catch my eye. Her mattes, though, I haven't really seen any colorful mattes from her. I feel like she puts a lot of colorful shimmers in sometimes, and then just does neutral mattes to go with them, which most people like that. I am not most people. I'm a fake makeup guru. I like having colorful mattes, usually to go with my colorful shimmers. But it's not really for me anyway. I was just attracted by basically that purple. Yeah, not for me, don't need it. And way, way, way too expensive. Next is the Tarte Fall Feels Eye and Cheek palette. Here's another product where it's not for me and I don't need it, but I appreciate it. I think it's a nice little palette. It has a neutral, it has an orange, it has like a pinky red, it has a green, it has a blue, it even has a blush, a setting shade, and transition shade. I do think that's nice. However, I don't think this is going to be a big hit with the majority of the beauty community. because there are no deeper mattes. Most people, again, like having more mattes than shimmers in their palettes, or at least more even. So I don't know how this is going to sell. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Lastly, I have a few things from Too Faced that I want to talk about. First are a couple items that have been in their line, but they are now releasing a peach edition. They're releasing their Better Than Sex mascara in a little peach decorated tube. I honestly might get that. I like using the Better Than Sex mascara. I might need a new one soon. So if I'm able to get this for a better price, because I think the amount I spend on these is too much, then I might get the peach one just because I love peach and I love the Sweet Peach palette. But I have to say, I read a couple reviews on the, I think it was the Better Than Sex Diamonds edition. So basically it's the Better Than Sex mascara, but the packaging has like diamonds in it. People were saying that the formula was not the same, which makes no sense to me, because the only thing they were supposed to change is the packaging, right? So that's like kind of weird. And that would be like one of the only reasons why I wouldn't get this, if for some reason the formula is different. Other reasons would just be if I don't need a new mascara yet, or if I can't get a better deal on it. So it's definitely for me, possibly need it. The other item is, I guess I would consider this one kind of a new item, because it's the Hangover 3-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. And here they have actually changed something about the product itself. This one is supposed to smell like peach, which again, I love peach. But on the other hand, like I've mentioned in other videos, I have to be careful with what things I put on my face and my lips because of my IBS. If I swallow something or things absorb into my skin, I can get sick. So I don't know how this would go for me. And it is a lot of money. So those two factors together would be a reason why I would not get this. So it's a maybe. Is it for me? It could be, leaving my stomach out of the equation. Do I need it? Well, I only have one setting spray, the Wet n Wild Cucumber one, and although my body can tolerate it, I feel like it doesn't really do much. So you could say I need it because I don't really have an efficient setting spray. And the last of the Too Faced products, and of the products for this video, is the Palm Springs Dreams eyeshadow palette. Okay, so this palette is definitely eye-catching. It's very sparkly, it's bright. We all know I'm attracted by that one blue shade, but honestly, if you take out the blue shade, I'm much less attracted to the palette overall. Even though I do like the peach, I do like the gold, I do like the purpley pink. I feel like it's a nice palette. I feel like it's also very Too Faced, just with the color maybe kicked up a notch. I think people are really going to like this, or rather most people. My problem with it is, again, I want more colorful mattes in there. Yes, there's a peach. Yes, there's like a bordering colorful ambery kind of matte that most people enjoy. I want a blue matte, even a purple matte. Enough with the pink mattes. Everyone does pink mattes. I feel like those aren't so rare anymore. And when people think colorful mattes, they think, oh, here's a pink one, so now it's colorful. There are other options out there, and that's what I would like to see. This doesn't mean I'm not going to swatch it in the store when I see it. I definitely do want to see it and touch it. It's tempting because it is Too Faced, and Too Faced is one of my favorite brands. But this thing is not for me, and I don't need it. Alright guys, so what are your thoughts, and what is on your makeup of interest list? That's it for today. I hope you have a good day, no matter what it is you're doing. Bye. See you next time.